Hey watch lovers, Brad from Brent Miller Jewelers. And today I have a quick dive watch comparison from Grand Seiko. On my left is the SLGA015 5-day spring drive movement. And on my right is the SBGH291 high beat 9S85 movement. So looking at these real quick dimensions, I referenced this in the review I did of the 015 here, but I measured the 015 from the 2 to the 8 o'clock at 45.2. The 291 at 43.8. Both of them straight across the bezels are 43.8. So the case visually of the Evolution 9 here series does wear and look a little bit larger to me on wrist and in camera here. You can just see just a little bit wider. Again, 43.8 was true to size on the case and the bezel on the 291. The crystal on both of them I measured at 31.5, so the crystal was the same on both of them. Case thickness, 14 millimeters on the 015 versus 14.9, so about a millimeter thick. I still have a little bit of residue from our plastic that I took off on the side of that Zaratsu polished case. So again, different look certainly with the Evolution 9 case, more brushed, more matte versus the polishing. The lug tip to lug tip, 51 even on the 015 and 50.4, so just about a half millimeter shorter on the 291. As far as we look at the bracelets, we have a 23 millimeter lug width compared to a 22 millimeter lug width. Both of them taper down to 18 at the last link, and then both the clasps are the same. At the widest point of the clasp with the flip lock here, 21.5, and the smaller part, 19.5. So both have the same ratcheting style clasp. And I'll show you that here. So as this is pushed back, you can pull this out and slide it in. As that's closed, it stays locked in place. Both solid case backs. So again, the 015 is housing the 9R A5 5-day spring drive movement, and you can see here on the dial, compared to the 291, which is the 9S85 movement. Again, solid case back. 55 hours of power reserve on this high beat movement. As far as accuracy is concerned, between the spring drive and the high beat, spring drive, you're gonna have plus minus 10 seconds per month. On the high beat, as listed on Grand Seiko's website under normal usage, that are looking at +8 to -1 seconds per day. So if you're not familiar with these movements, that should hopefully help you out. Hopefully you can get a good look here at both their dials side by side. Both of them 200 meters water resistance, both screw down crowns. Obviously both, you can see here, have the crown protectors coming in out of the case. Weight. The 015 weighed in at 148.3 grams on the titanium case and bracelet. The 291 titanium case and bracelet was roughly 7 grams lighter at 141.6. So both of them, right around that 140-150 range. And then finally pricing. The new 015 here retails at $11,600, and the 291 is $8,800. Take a listen to bezel action on both. 120 click on both. White date window. I will say I feel like the bezel action is slightly better on the new 015. This almost doesn't take much to move it. There's just a little bit more of a I don't want to say solid feel. They both feel solid. Just a little bit more resistance, I guess, or friction, you could say, on the newer bezel. Again, compared to, and I could be imagining it, but it does feel slightly easier to manipulate the bezel on the older model. Additionally, I let my minute hand get in the way here, but I believe it's an off-white. You do have almost like a silver or gray off-white date window on the 291. So let me throw these both on wrist. We'll do a quick loom shot. Again, I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist. These are both going to be a little bit large on my wrist. And 291. Do have some polished center links as well compared to the all matte fit brush finish of the 015. So this one here, about a 0.5 millimeter shorter lug tip to lug tip, but roughly a millimeter thicker and slightly smaller case as well. And if I didn't show you the side, again, while you're looking at these side by side, you can see the case back actually comes out here. That actually sinks pretty well into the wrist. Just something to notice when you're looking at the Evolution 9 design. Definitely a different design language here. And these lugs are a little rounded down, more flat here, shorter. Actually not shorter, but look shorter on the 015. So let me hit the lights quick. So 015 here in my left hand, 291 in my right, very similar loom. As always, if there's anything I can do for you, anything at all, please email me, brad@brentlmiller.com. Let me know which one of these divers you prefer, if you have a strong preference on the newer 015 or the high beat here in my right hand. So thanks for viewing, and we'll see you in the next video.